Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And Blitz can just hop in when he gets here. Sound good,
Alright.
everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, I unpaused the war. Yes. The last time on the Great Escape, you guys, well, you assisted with what could have been a big battle at Glavisa. You solved that problem in alternate means, which I still laugh about because it's just crazy. And then after the the wrap of well, I say battle loosely, but Russians surrendered. Most of them went on their way. You have a tank. you
Well.
We actually have a tank.
Hell yeah.
do you want to explain to Astron how you got that
I'll
tank?
put it in the recap.
Awesome. But yeah, you have a tank, and while you guys,
how did we get it? Well, the answer is really easy. Vodka.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was the whole thing about, we this because the Soviets, were no longer hostile. They decided to stay in Glavis. Two of the three tanks were basically repurposed as turrets, and then they gave the third one to us.
Huh.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
yep, you guys got a T-72, which is
Fuck
in the
yeah.
party vehicles thing. But yeah, and after getting the tank and whatnot, what I thought was gonna be a badass moment for a new NPC, he was a sniper. He got spotted, and the party gave chase, and yeah, currently he has been captured, and he's been revealed to be the Butcher of Khalees, aka Caleb Garu. And they have not killed him yet because he says that he has information that could be important. But yeah, we'll pick up with the people at this roadside encounter dealing with the butcher. So yeah, go ahead, guys.
Well, I think our plan was to load him back up in the Humvee and drive him back to the farm. Because Gorham had already questioned him to the best of our abilities, and then we were just gonna take him to. I think it was, yeah. I mean, there's a CIA agent, traveling with us. So if there's anybody who could, break this guy down, it would probably be him.
Yep. So I'll pull you back to the farmland.
Yeah. So as we pull back in, because I had this joke plan that I mean, assuming like everybody else, whether it's PCs, NPCs, or both, you know, Gorham, like she steps out of the car with a, says, sorry for the delay, guys. We, on our way back, I went down to the paint store to get thinner. It didn't work. Just as pinching it, yeah, pinching it, like basically imaginary love handles. And she says like, and what's weird is I started a 30-day diet. And I mean, I've already lost 10 days. It still didn't work. But oh yeah, we also picked up this guy. She says she gestures over to Caleb as he's being led out of the car. And she makes eye contact with him, to see if he, as a CIA agent, if he would recognize Caleb. Like not
Yeah.
necessarily like overtly, but like even if he like just sort of has like just that kind of reaction, to like, oh shit, I know this guy, I wasn't expecting to see him, like that kind of.
Yep. Yeah, as Kleber looks at the butcher, he kind of wide eyes and just has a like oh shit expression on his face. Like, oh god.
Arlu when Kenzo shows up to one of his lessons.
Exactly. uh well, I see you didn't take him without a fight, so you realize who this is. I take it.
Who's saying that? Is that Kleber who's saying that, or somebody else?
Labor.
Oh, well, Gorham says, well, I mean, he said who he was. He said he was the butcher of Khalees. Or actually, well, I don't think he said that, but we kind of figured that out. So take
Yeah,
back what I
you
said. It's
figured it
like,
out.
yeah, Gorham says like, he didn't really say that much, but yeah, he's the butcher.
Great. Oh man. I oh this makes my job so much harder, but glad you
Moment,
captured him.
the moment Vincent hears that, he's staring this asshole down.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
judgiest stare.
yeah, by the way, Vincent, this guy, Caleb actually had a fucking Barrett as well. So I think he had 3 magazines, so I mean, it's all yours because I don't see anybody else using that.
3 magazines for me is a lot more meaningful than 30 bullets for the machine gun.
Yep, you probably make better use out of them anyway. So
Oh, of course.
All right. Make me a recon roll, actually, Vincent, to see if you recognize this dude.
Oh.
Like, he's the butcher, but additional information.
Okay. I mean, I'm never going to turn down additional information. I assume Scout doesn't apply to this. I already know he's there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Well,
All right. So, yeah. 2 successes. Great job, man. All right. So you have actually heard of this guy before.
Mm-hmm.
He was also like, let me look at your background. Your character was special forces, correct? Astron? Or
Yeah.
just regular? Cool. Yeah. You know of him from like your original unit, like in Canada. He's also Canadian. Yeah. So yeah, I'll let you go ahead and fill in the blank.
He was rude.
Probably also doesn't drink Tim Hortons.
By Jove!
That's for me.
What a
Burned a maple
hoser.
syrup tree, which is a capital offense.
That tree was planted by Trudeau's real father, Fidel Castro. What you don't know? The fact is like there's rumors about the fact is Trudeau's mom slept with Castro.
no, I didn't. Good to know.
All are unhinged, and I love you all. But yeah, you know of him from your time in Special Forces in Canada. Is basically what that role was. But yeah.
All right.
So, all right. You all have access to the all the vehicles. So, yeah. I believe you said your next course of action was heading to which POW camp?
Well, Gorham wants to go to that Soviet camp that we learned about a few sessions ago and see if she can, you know, get those prisoners out and also kind of get us one step closer to a ceasefire. But we did learn, I mean, courtesy of the new players joining, that there's a U.S. POW camp. That,
Mhm.
which actually, Gorham is thinking about it, and she looks over to Vincent and says, where did I have it written down? She's like, "Oh, hold on, I have a brilliant idea. Pull my finger."
Okay. He does it.
She takes a page out of Dev's playbook, and it's like, "See, that was a great idea. It was my idea, and it felt great." But anyway, she's like, "Whoa, it didn't smell great." Anyway, we know about 2 POW camps. We could, in theory, barter a prisoner exchange, because I mean, originally I was just going to go there and see if I could talk my way through it, but especially if we have their POWs to trade, gets both sides home, lowers
Reasonable.
hostility. Yeah.
All right. Here's a good question. Who's going to be driving the tank?
That is a good question.
Well, I mean, wherever the tank's going, I definitely don't want to roll up in a Soviet POW camp in a tank, because that would probably go off the wrong vibe.
I got a B and D for driving, so the Texan gets to drive a tank? Yes.
Okay.
Having flashbacks to Run 'Em Over Reynolds.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the fact is like there was a guy joyriding on a tank in Texas years ago, like 30.
That does not surprise me in the slightest, if I'm being honest.
No, it shouldn't.
Oh no, it was San Diego, 1995.
Yeah, I remember that. Guy took a tank for a joyride. It was the most.
He was drunk, wasn't he?
Well, whatever he was out of his mind, and
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, just imagine like someone just driving up through a McDonald's, drive-through with a tank, and you just be like, you don't have to pay here. Here's your Happy Meal toy.
But anyway, so, well, Gorham asks, I mean, I was planning to go there. Does anybody want to come with? She
Where
eyes
are you
Vincent
going?
to the Soviet prisoner war camp that we learned about a few sessions ago before you joined. Like,
I'd be
if
happy
you,
to free some prisoners.
awesome, she says, and like gives you like an arm around the shoulders. Like, I knew I could count on you. But yeah, in terms of on the map of Poland, it's basically straight north of where we are, like 1, 2, 3 hexes away. And then the U.S. POW camp is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away. I mean, I'm assuming the majority of the text is in Kawis, so that's where the U.S. camp is.
Mhm.
And
So are we going to attack it or just go negotiate with them? Or
negotiate. That's Gorham's plan.
I will go because I'm Gorham's buddy now.
Yeah, she says.
Woo!
That's what we call role playing.
Yeah, she says. But yeah, I mean, but she does emphasize that this is strictly a non-combat sort of mission. I mean, obviously, if it goes to pot, then the guns come out. But I'm trying to make allies, not enemies. It's what I do. And I mean, I have a whole log in my fucking character sheet of allies we've made, non-violent situations resolved, yada yada yada. So if there are 3 people going, the question is, are we going to like Gorham looks over to Parson and says, like, you wouldn't have a couple of like motorcycles to rent, because I mean, worst case scenario, I could go on foot, like, like Hercules, I can go the distance. But walking isn't as fast as driving.
Do they
We could
still
use
have
the-
bicycles?
Yeah, we have a couple motorbikes you can borrow.
Sweet, thanks. So, yeah, so I guess Vincent, Gorham, and Ray can take the motorcycles, and then everybody else, who's going, I mean, I guess to the USPOW camp can take the rest of our vehicles, especially because we've got all the NPCs that we're lugging around. Because we now have the
Alright.
Humvee, the UAZ, and the T-72.
All right, sounds good. This is that's a Soviet POW camp. Okay. So I'm gonna say that you'll all be able to reach your destinations kind of like within the same like shift, and you'll get there safely.
Yeah, what's the travel speed of those motorcycles, out of curiosity?
Uh,
Yeah, I
Let
can't
me
pull up
double
this
check.
sheet of it.
Civilian vehicles. Dirt bike. It is. The standard speed is 6 on road, 4 off road.
Okay, so we could get to the Hornet's Nest in one shift.
Yep.
What time is it right now? Is it still
And
morning?
yeah, it's still morning, like first shift of the day. Oh, and I've seen this done before. Wait. Actually, he'll give you motorcycles because they're better and they can
Oh,
actually seat 2
oh, I
people.
didn't realize there was a difference.
Quite a difference. The travel speed on road for a motorcycle is 9.
Fuck. Okay, well, then just take that and drive on. Is the 11th still here, or are they a non-issue?
There's some still here, but they're not fighting. Like what remains of the 11th is who are the people who's gonna like stay in Glavisa.
Oh, well, I was talking about like on the map here, like if they're staying in Glue, so I was just wondering why the token was still there. Like you could just hide it or whatever.
Because the GM is bad at housekeeping.
That's all good.
That's the answer. All right. So all right. So we're gonna like split the party for a bit, and I'm gonna first focus on the Hornet's Nest. Is that okay with everyone?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, one thing I
So that
wanted to
was
establish before we part ways. Do we have radio communication to be able to coordinate with the two groups, like with both the player groups as well as like getting the like the U.S. commander on the line with the Soviet commander kind of thing? Because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes between them, so well, technically 4 between
Mhm.
them, not counting the actual 2 hexes, but like, do we have a long range radio? Or is that something we could be set up with from one of the Soviet commanders or something? Or not Soviet commander, I mean like the guy in Glavis, the Shipunov, I believe his name was.
Yeah. You'll be able to set up like basically like a, you know,
Oh, we had this PRC
You're basically
119.
gonna be playing telephone on them. Yep.
Oh yeah, the range sucks. So well, either way we can coordinate. So that's not an issue.
Yep. Okay. So it was Gorham, Ray, and
Vincent.
Vincent.
Yep.
Let's roll out.
Woo!
All right. So I will pull you all to this first map.
Okay. What I was thinking we could
Alright.
do is this seems like an ideal spot to pull up. Like, so what I'm thinking is we could pull up. Vincent can be here in the shrubbery in the tree line, just overwatching the entire exchange.
Yep.
And
I see a raised hill here full of bushes.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like on this hill, there's like a bunch of trees and
Perfect.
shrubs and stuff, so that'd be a perfect place for you.
A nice sightline.
Gorham is going to. She leaves her shotgun and her javelin and her AT4, like basically all of her weapons with you.
Okay.
With her reasoning being number one, she doesn't want to just march in there armed and give off the wrong impression, and also, yeah, she wouldn't want to risk her stuff getting confiscated. So
Of course.
he looks over to Ray and says, like, you know, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I mean, I think it might be a good idea to do the same. But other than that, I mean, Gorham just kind of looks at the two of you. Is like, is there anything you think we should discuss before going in, or?
I guess what's the plan here? What are we gonna
Well,
discuss
All I
with
need to
the
know is the signal you're going to give me when I need to shoot.
well, I mean,
If
you know,
I need to shoot, hopefully.
Oh, if there's only 3 of us, maybe let's hold off on the shooting.
yeah. Well, what
Ideally,
I was,
yes, but I need to know.
well,
You
in
know.
terms of the signal, I mean, I'm expecting them to potentially draw guns on us, like when they see us walking up. But I mean, like that's just a natural response. So I'm just going to
course.
see if I can, you know,
Hold fire
because
till it popped off.
she basically says, just to make a point, you know, because she actually picked up language. She says in fluent Russian that, you know, I know I speak their language, just to get the point across. And she says, you know, the plan is just to talk them down. If we're in the camp and, you know, they raise their guns again, then obviously, you know, something's gone wrong. But you know, I'm thinking, yeah, Steph, she's like, does like the hand wobbles, like, it's kind of a difficult thing to gauge. But as for your question, Ray, what I was thinking of doing basically is just kind of making the following pitch that, you know, so they have U.S. prisoners of war, whether they know anything or not, and they've been interrogated, they're basically just dead weight for the Soviets, especially because the Soviets have to, you know, keep them, you know, healthy. They have to, you know, give them food and water and shelter. They can't, you know, torture or abuse them or kill them or anything like that because that'd be in violation of the Geneva, yada yada yada. So the way I'm thinking of it, the argument I was going to make to them is like, you know, they've got their own comrades in U.S. prisoner of war camps, and so nobody's really benefiting from it at this point. So the idea is just to make the case that, you know, we can offer them their comrades, you know, in exchange for ours, and, you know, getting people to sort of build bridges, not walls, probably is, you know, a good first step in reducing hostilities and possibly making an ally out of these guys. She says, gesturing over to that camp.
Okay. I mean, how willing do we think they will be to negotiate?
I mean, probably willing to. I mean, you know, we've encountered plenty of Soviets who were. I mean, hell, even this morning, an entire Soviet, you know, armored division actually surrendered to us. I mean, granted they were, you know, drunk as a skunk, but that isn't the first time that we've negotiated with Soviets and sought a peaceful resolution. Because she looks over to Vincent and kind of cites, instances like the guys that broke down on the side of the road, they weren't hostile towards us, even though they were armed. There was the whatchamacallit, like, granted, the Soviet convoy that was hurting those POWs. I mean, granted, we kind of swung the first punch for pragmatic reasons, but even when Gorham, like, marched up on the surviving soldiers and offered them, a chance at, negotiation, they didn't exactly spit on it. So Gorham says, like, it's been my observation that these Soviets are, I mean, they're for the most part kind of in the same boat as us and are probably more willing to negotiate, especially nowadays where, the conflict, it's definitely, nobody's really winning anymore. So I'm sure they'd jump at just about any chance they would get to get their comrades and be able to go home. I mean, because it's what I would do.
Agreed.
Well, we can try. I'm just I'm not like I guess I'm new to this region, but these POW camps are relatively close to each other. If they were in the mood for trading, I thought that they might have done it already.
Well, I mean, we didn't know about this camp until one of the people that we encountered at this bridge encounter. She says, again, just kind of referring to events with Vincent. We didn't know about it until they told us. So it's entirely possible that neither side knew. I mean, we won't
Right.
find out until we get down there. So
I think they do maintenance at 10:30 every Saturday. Bunch of fuckers.
yeah. You think they do it in like the middle of the night or something, but I guess not. So let me think.
Don't
So
make
yeah.
so much sense. Don't make so much sense.
Well, I mean, yeah, the mindset of Gorham. She makes valid points, and people like, I mean, like I said to Emily, and something I'm working on. There's a character who straight up says, "Why are you a soldier and not a lawyer?"
Exactly.
So,
Nice. I need to very quickly return to setup and then relaunch the world because I'm having problems with the boundary. So
oh,
you'll
did
be
you
kicked, and then yeah, I refreshed, and then let me just make sure it's working. It kicked you all, but you'll be able to log back in probably right now. Sorry about that.
Would it be funny if I said that it didn't kick me?
My mom is watching one day at a time, and it's very loud from the living room. I can hear the theme song very clearly.
Well, at least it's not the loud house, aka Ghost.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm far enough away from it that you guys won't
Right.
pick it up. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So yeah, you'll be able to get, place yourself where you want to be in Overwatch, Astron.
All right, all right.
You can get there safely.
Into the trees I go.
All right.
And also, I remember, Gorham, like she says to Ray, it's like, but just as one extra insurance policy, I brought my ace in the hole, and she pulls out a bottle of vodka from her satchel.
Old reliable.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Let me wait.
Why waste bullets? You've got vodka.
Do you know how much
I
vodka
pull
they
out 4
spent?
bottles of vodka from my backpack. Do you need some more?
Wouldn't say no. So she
Sure, take it.
she'll take half of them, I guess. So she has 3 total.
All right. I give you 2 bottles of vodka.
All right.
Yeah, vodka is the secret superhero of this campaign because you paid what, 30 some odd bottles for that plan?
And we still have, I think, like 40 something.
Yeah, you have a shit ton. There we go. There's my notes for this session in case I need to write down anything. But cool. All right. So how far up do you want to like move the bikes and like hide them?
Well, we
before
were
you
gonna
approach
put the bikes over by Vincent.
Okay.
Like somewhere where
Alright.
they're concealed, but they're in his line of sight. So maybe like behind this rock. Probably be a
Sure.
good spot.
All right. Yeah. So how far are you gonna like go up before you approach?
Well, going up to here,
camp?
so it doesn't appear that we just walk through the woods and potentially tip off Vincent's hiding spot. So yeah, Gorham, like she basically like goes up the road a little bit and then starts to kind of veer off. And
Sure.
is just kind of looking around to see, if there are any guards patrolling outside.
Yeah.
Could we
You'll
be
see them easily.
having like a white flag or something? Be like, hey, we're just coming to talk.
Well, the problem with the white flag, because there was a discussion on this before, is that it might give off like a surrender, take us as prisoners vibe, rather than like, because Gorham, the thing is that with her linguistic talent, is that I was literally just going to just announce my presence and just straight up say, we're here to talk. I mean, I was going to do it in a much funnier way, but
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's military custom that. I mean, the white flag is not literally like surrendering necessarily. It's
yeah,
truce to
fair enough.
discuss.
I mean, could we have something? I mean, worst case scenario. Well, I don't know if military underwear is white, but
That might be insulting. We just bring a rag or sheet or something.
I mean,
well, it's definitely in accordance with Gorham's
They're waving underwear at
jokey,
us, those motherfuckers.
like jokey personality.
And no, it's green, by the way.
Yeah, I figured as much. Like just like olive drab underwear, but I was gonna say like that. That would have been funny, but either way. So, well, I guess if we can have some sort of white flag, you can wave it if you want. Gorham
yeah,
announces her presence,
like cheater.
As over the top as she usually does, where she channels her inner Tim Allen and says, does like hand on, like fist on her belt, does the Spock symbol, and says, "I am Hillary Gorham of United States Army. I bring offerings of peace and vodka." In Russian. Like she says that
All the
within like.
things. Yeah, as well. I wasn't expecting that. If I'm being honest, I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but you kill me every time, man.
Well, as long as they don't kill me, then.
Yeah. The two guards at the gate, they kind of like they'll exchange like really confused looks. And they're like,
The two
okay,
stooges have to consider your proposition.
No, they just have to make sense of what the hell just happened.
yeah. You said you had vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want some?
Okay,
She says that, like,
little bit,
jokes aside, I am genuinely here to talk because I have an offer for whoever's in charge, but definitely gotta make my entrance,
no shit. Your introduction was about as subtle as a heart attack. So kudos.
Is that them saying that or?
That's the GM saying that. He's like, still Still a little confused. Okay. Yeah, we can share a drink. You know, you know, who are you exactly?
She says, once again joking around, like she says, well, actually not joking around. This time she's just straight truth. She just once again introduces herself as Sergeant Hillary Gorham of the U.S. Army, and she introduces Ray as her friend Ray. So.
Yeah.
Like she said, I mean, just so these guys have some understanding of her intent beyond just bring offerings of peace and vodka. She does explain that we you know this is obviously a POW camp, and we know of a friendly POW camp, and I wanted to see if we could perhaps reach an agreement to get both of our boys back home. Like she gives them enough
Sure.
to kind of get the conversation started so we can more formally discuss things.
Sure. Yeah, just they kind of look at each other like, you get the feeling they're like, like the glance they give each other is like, well, what's the protocol here for people who come off the road offering us vodka? And then one of them just shrugs and he says, yeah, just go on in ahead. He he like pushes the gate open. He's like,
Right.
yep, just
So
don't cause any trouble, and
wasn't
we
planning on it. And also I'll say out of character to Magus that I don't know if Ray is bilingual, Gorham is, so if there's anything you want to say or add to the conversation, just say it, and then Gorham can kind of relay that.
No,
Um,
I'm sort of there just to be supportive. I don't speak Russian, and
well, no, I'm
I
saying
think I would
like,
leave the negotiating to you.
Just
okay.
say "da" after every sentence.
Well, in all seriousness, I just meant like if there was a valid point that you wanted to bring up in character, then just you can just say it, and just assume that Gorham would translate that for you. Is my point. So, um, okay. Well, Gorham heads into the camp, and you know, I don't know the Russian phrase for thank you, but she thanks the two gents, and she will actually hand them. Before handing one of the bottles, she says it's like your commander's not going to whoop your ass if I give you one of these, right?
I doubt it, because when we last checked in with him, he was also getting toasted in his own tent, so I think that'd be kind of hypocritical if he yells at us about it. So it's all good.
Okay, well, don't chug the whole bottle. Here you go. And she says hands the one guy the bottle and gives him a pat on the shoulder as she walks in. So, for him and his friend to enjoy. So she enters the camp. Gorham's kind of just sort of looking around to get a feel for the lay of the land. Are the prisoners in like tents, or are they in cells or anything? I'm just trying to see if I can get
Um,
like a head count.
yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll reveal this, because you all would see this as their, as like the Overwatch and then walking to the camp. So yeah, you see that most of them are in like tents, or they're like they're working around the camp, like going through like stuff that's like broken down, or just trying to like tidy up this little
Right.
patch of hell. Okay.
So, and did the guys at the gate say that was this a command tent, or is it marked as such? Like,
Yeah, you see that this tent is marked as like a command tent.
so, okay. So Gorham just kind of struts on over, and she also looks over at the prisoners over here to see if they have any kind of reaction to U.S. soldiers just kind of walking around in the camp.
You see that like they all like raise their head and kind of like watch as you walk toward the command tent, but they all just look tired and
Well, I was gonna say that she turns to
and
look at
kind
them
of miserable.
and does like an unintentionally like seductive wink, and then she walks into this. And takes a step back, and then just for joke's sake, is like, well, who put that there? And then just keeps on walking.
Gorham is a hot mess, and I love it.
So she invites herself into the tent, and who's in there.
You see a group of three people like gathered around like a table, like they're talking and drinking, and yeah,
Are they armed?
You see, mm-mm. Well, they
Okay.
have sidearms, but there are no like guns
Rifles.
like out.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Gorham just kind of opens the tent, and she has her hands up, a bottle of vodka in one of them, and says again, fluent Russian, "Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. I am just the guys out front were very generous to let me in because I've got an offer for you. May I have a seat?"
One of the officers, he will like he says to you in kind of like, not perfect English, but definitely like with some fluency, he'll say, yeah, I suppose so. Who are you exactly?
So she once again, I mean, just because she used the joke on the guys out front, she once again does like the Buzz Lightyear pose and says, "I am Hillary Gorham of the United States Army. I come in peace and bring offerings of peace and vodka."
Thanks. Would you want to have a seat?
Well, yeah, I did ask. So she takes a seat and says, looking around the at the devastated camp, it's like, I really love what you've done with the place. So listen, I know that you've we had a run-in with some of your comrades a day or so ago. Um, you know, it ultimately ended non-violently. Started a little rough at first, but let me just double check what the guy's name was. She says, does Chekhov and Mukov, do those names ring a bell?
Yes. They were supposed to report in, but haven't. Have you seen them?
We have seen them. They're, to my knowledge, still alive. I mean, my friends and I didn't kill them. They were they parted ways with us. I don't know if they were heading back here or if they were going off on their own way or if maybe they'd been killed along the way. I mean, wherever they are, I mean, I hope they're fine. But they, well, I mean, they tipped us off to this camp, and I, not planning to attack it. As you can see, I am unarmed, and what I wanted to offer to you is, listen, this war, you know, nobody's making any progress. I'm sure you guys want to go home, right?
Eventually, yes.
So, yeah, she's like, yeah, like so do I, but we've already got so much in common, with a big smile on her face, and she says, anyway, we we know of gesturing to Ray as well. We know of a prisoner of war camp. We know of this prisoner of war camp. Would you be interested in perhaps making a trade? You know, my guys for yours, because that way, I mean, it's a deal everybody benefits from. Because let's face it, the prisoners you have, you know, assuming you have questioned them, they probably, I'm guessing most of them either didn't know anything meaningful or did, but you already learned of it. So right now, they're essentially, you're just kind of painted into a corner because they're prisoners that you have to feed, you have to care for, and you know they're bargaining chips that you up until this point can't make any use of. But here I am, your first friend in the U.S. Army, offering you a chance to change that around. So what do you say?
They'll kind of like the three at the table will kind of like exchange a glance and um Gorham, you actually this like woman sitting at the table kind of looks familiar to you.
Wait, is she the one who fucking
And
slapped me?
you real Yeah, she's the one from the from the prison camp.
Does she recognize me?
Um she will look at you, kind of look you up and down, and she says, I think we've met before, haven't we?
And she says, "Yes," when you slap me in the face.
Yes, the chatty one. But nice to see you again.
And she says, "Yeah, likewise. By the way, sorry for calling you a butthole."
Apology accepted, I suppose.
Yeah, you threw me for a loop on that one. I wasn't expecting her to be fucking back. But yeah, that's
I had to double check it because I was like, I recognize the tokens. It's just like the standard, like
right.
intelligence agent. But yeah, it's the same one from the prison you broke out of.
I'm just like
She'll
looking in
actually,
like amusement.
yeah. I'll say at this point that like they all can speak English, so they're just kind
Oh,
of like speaking, like you know, they most of the time they assume you don't. Well, you spoke Russian, never mind, but they kind of just to ease things so you can all
okay.
talk easily. They'll say,
Um,
how exactly did you get out?
well, it's crazy because like, one moment there I was getting slapped in the face and then just kind of being left alone in a room, and the next thing you know, there's a fucking of a jet and bomb landed, and then out and about.
I see. Well, how fortunate. So, about how many prisoners are at this other POW camp?
Gorham looks over to Ray because you've been there and you can probably give at least an estimate. I mean, is that
There's
something you would know?
about yeah, I'd say that he knows that there's anywhere between 10 and 15 people there. It's like a bigger amount than what's in this camp.
Right. So do you share that information? Ray?
Sorry, what's the question?
Well, the question was, so how it was said that there's approximately like 15 or so prisoners at the U.S. camp. Gorham doesn't know that you do, and based on the question of like how many people are at the U.S. camp, is that knowledge that you would share with me?
I don't think I know that.
You do. She just said that Emily mentioned that you do know that because you were at the camp before.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh,
you've
is that the
heard
backstory of our characters?
well, you've heard rumors that there are like between 10 and 15 people at the US POW camp.
Oh, okay. I knew that we knew that there was one. I didn't realize that we actually had that knowledge. So yeah, I think I would say, well, I don't know for sure, but I've heard rumors that it's between 10 and 15.
I see. And you believe that your command will be, will they accept this trade if we accept it?
I mean, if the same argument is made that we're making to you, then yeah. I mean, I have faith.
I see. Well, before we say yes, we want to, speak with, you know, the group there.
Gorham winks,
I
snaps
take
like,
it you,
yeah, like,
yeah.
well,
I
no
take it you
finisher
have a
thought.
way to communicate.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
that's what
I
she like
take it
winks
you
and snaps her fingers. It's like yeah, and then pulls out the radio.
communication.
So I guess I mean you could,
All
if you
right.
want you could switch over to the other perspective.
Yep.
So if
Yes,
because
indeedy.
if it's happening simultaneously.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to hide the tokens, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, the group going to the U.S. POW camp. Does that arrangement of vehicles look good to you guys? I just kind of plopped all your tokens down.
Sure, someone can be on top, just acting all cool, thinking it's awesome.
Standing in like a superhero pose as their fucking hair blows in the wind.
Not just riding the tank like it's 1990s Yugoslav war.
Don't they do that in Red Dawn? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different movie where the
Well,
people
to
ride
be
on the tank.
honest, it's just a thing where GIs don't want to walk, so they just hop on a tank to get there.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. But yeah. So how far are you gonna like come up to the camp? Like, are you gonna drive straight up with the tank in their face?
I wouldn't
Dudes,
recommend
or,
it.
Please, we're gonna be playing like what is it? That song, Hulk Hogan's introduction or whatever American song we got.
Well, and if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna first ask: did we paint away the red star and put a white star on it?
Yeah, you would have had time to do that.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
we're putting
then it's
the
a
Army
white
Star. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's more
And in that
interesting that
case,
there's a fucking
No,
bear
fuck
head
that.
mounted.
It's the Dallas Star. Since I'm driving this damn thing.
Okay.
It is the hockey team from Dallas.
I was about to say the Texan who the number of times either I've played a Texan or we get, everyone's stereotypical one. He's very, very loud and proud about it.
Okay, Lone Star.
I am so
Lone
yeah.
Star.
Says the person that never saw Spaceballs.
Excuse me? I know Spaceballs is off the top of my head, man.
So that's why you told me Lone Star then.
Yes. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
one star
We're talking on the
It's-
tank, of
it's
course.
It's the Lone Star.
That could be a name for the tank, the Lone Star.
Love it.
There it is. We've got a name.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Alright.
full of different Texas decals. We're gonna get a Whataburger, and Buc-ee's.
Hey, I was waiting for Buc-ee's to be mentioned, but just
Careful for crossing Mexicans.
There's a lot of Mexicans here, and they also have been native in Texas for like hundreds of years. And like the cowboy culture and the rodeos is a Mexican thing.
I was actually more. I was more talking about the traffic signs. And I wasn't convinced that it was actually a thing until I saw it. I was like, that is for real.
No, the
Mhm.
strangest thing this morning was when I was driving and there was a sign for fucking ducks crossing the road.
Well, hey, at least it's not crossing the salmons. Salmons crossing the road. That's what we've got up here.
Huh?
Northwest or Alaska? Because like
Huh?
I'm thinking of Alaska.
Wait,
Northwest.
I'm caught up on salmon crossing.
Yeah.
That's
I-
awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Salmon are weird, dude.
Yeah,
Salmon
no,
are weird.
they have to get back to that spawning point, so they do that stuff. It's like crazy.
They
Yeah.
fucking flop on
Yeah.
the road?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me see what I can find. Salmon crossing the road. And this is not even. I mean, I just punch it in. Salmon crossing the road.
Ugh.
What on God's green earth?
You see it?
Where did you post it?
I didn't yet, but incoming. There you go. Salmon crossing the road.
The fuck?
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I told you I wasn't kidding.
No, I
Oh my god. They're actually fucking
Okay.
doing it?
Yeah, I told you.
I didn't think. Okay, I thought they would try. I didn't think they would succeed.
Hey.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Okay. The group at the American POW camp. Excuse me while I to catch my breath. Okay. Yeah. Anyone who wants to dismount from the vehicles, you are free to, and you can approach this place. How do you like? Yeah. Besides the loud blaring music. You know, fucking Team America, World Police, America, like that fucking song.
Ugh.
How else do you like make yourselves known? Oh God.
Well, how ridiculous do you want it to get?
I mean, I think we're just going to be along the lines of just going in. You just give them a signal, and I'll go talk with them because I guess I don't know. Do you want to talk to them, or do you want me to do that once we start the conversation?
I mean, you all can talk to them like, you know, just, you know, collaboratively. You don't have to have one like spokesperson. But yeah, if you want to make it silly and over the top, go ahead, because that's what this that's what these campaigns are at this point. I mean, I've accepted that, especially with the massive cache of vodka you left the fuckers last time. So anything goes. But please,
Martin Williams has taken off his shirt and he's doing the raw. You know, he's flexing his chest muscles and bending his arms just like Hulk Hogan.
What the?
Yes. You do you, Martin. You do you, Martin.
And points at the Texan and goes, "Well, yeah, they probably will not trust anyone with an accent, so let's send in the one with the Texan accent."
oh boy.
Sure, unless the guy's like an Okie, then there's going to be a bit of a problem, but that's it.
The guards are too confused by the just the massive the goddamn Hulk Hogan impression to like you know they're like can we help you?
Yeah, you can hand me my shirt so I can put it back on.
What did you do? Did you slingshot it across the fucking field?
I am sorry. I tore my previous one to pieces.
Yeah, we can get you.
In my Hulk Hogan impression.
Yeah, we'll get you another shirt, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Who
much.
are you guys exactly? God damn it.
Okay. Points at the Texan. From here, you go do the talking, Lone Star.
Yeah. Fuck. God damn it. We're just trying to do a fucking prisoner exchange, and
all the-
yeah.
After those two words, all the Americans go, "Yay! He's one of us."
Did you just
all
say
right.
that to your boss?
At this point, the American officer, she'll walk out of the camp and be like, she looks at your ragtag group and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Sees a
We're not
bisected
in
bear
the
head on the grill of
Wolverine,
the
so
Humvee.
don't worry about it. So anyway, we're trying to do a prisoner exchange, get some of our boys back. But the problem is we need to have prisoners to exchange.
Sure. Where exactly you're gonna be taking the, Soviet prisoners?
You got a map?
Yep.
Wait, they're just gonna give us the
Uh,
prisoners?
Yeah, we speak American.
Like, wouldn't they want a firmer agreement that they're gonna get something in return first?
Yeah, they're gonna get back American prisoners. So we're
No,
exchanging.
but we haven't. But we haven't talked to the American POW camp yet, right?
No, this is the American POW.
well, this is like the lead up to radio communications between the two camps. Sorry. I
Right,
should have made
I was
that
just
more
saying,
clear.
like, wouldn't they want to have an agreement before they release any prisoners?
Well, the plan was that this is happening simultaneously. So basically, once
Okay,
Travis or
okay.
whoever puts this woman on the radio, then Gorham can get that person in sync with the woman that she's talking to, the woman who slapped her in the face.
Okay, I was confused. Sorry.
That's all good.
Don't worry,
No,
don't worry. It helps.
It's fine. I should have been more clear. Yeah. U.S. officer, she'll say, I guess to you, Travis, she'll say, so, we do have like a radio we can set up to, connect with them. Do you have their, do you have a frequency that we're going to be speaking on, or?
Yeah. They wrote it down. Don't worry. I told them to
What?
write it down because I wasn't gonna remember. Here.
Thanks, I suppose. Why?
Do you really
why do you
think
have
I'm
it
gonna
to me?
remember all eight digits?
I don't know what to think, frankly, at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what to think either. Things I'm missing right now is like running water.
Thankfully, you have running water at the bunker that you've been yet to be shown. But
Wait, we
yeah,
have a bunker?
Yeah, long story.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll fill you in later.
We got all kinds of shit.
Okay. So, radio tower set up and okay.
Oh, that's right. They do have a radio
so-
tower here. I'm assuming that's a radio tower.
Yep. All right. So, the scenes are happening simultaneously. We get to, the present where Gorham, you get a I don't know how military radios work, but you get a incoming transmission on it.
Yep. And Gorham answers it and says, "What's up?"
This is Captain. Fuck, names are hard. This is Captain Jones from, POW from the American POW camp. XYZ. Because I'm not talented for names right now. Who am I speaking to?
She says, Sergeant Hillary Gorham. I'm here at a Soviet POW camp, and I have somebody who would like to speak with you. And she, extends her arm with the radio over to the Soviet captain. Which, by the way, did I ever get her name?
The intelligence agent. I
Yeah.
did not give you a name. I will
I thought of a
give
name
you one
already.
at the end of the session. Sure. Hit me
Elena
with it.
Severova. I'll put that in images and notes. I mean, that's just like a one of my go-to like character names that
Awesome. Thank you.
I can put in chat. That kind of locked and loaded.
Please do, because I will not remember it otherwise. Oh yeah, if you look in the images and notes, that's what the Butcher of Khalid's looks like. For everyone who hasn't seen it yet. Yeah. So the intelligence agent, she'll take the radio, and 10 minutes later, the conversation's done, and she'll Lena will hand it back to you, Gorham, and as you pick it up, the captain, she'll say, well, I mean, she explained the situation to me, and yeah, I can see where you're coming from, kid. Why are you a soldier? Why are you over here? Because you're, not to say you're gonna be like a politician or nothing.
There it is. There it is. Are you not a lawyer? So Gorham, once again, Severova's, open Pandora's box because she goes and says, well, I mean, here I was trying to keep the dream alive because, my granddad was a fucking machine gunner on the beaches of Normandy. My dad was one of the first helicopter pilots in Vietnam, so I got to keep the tradition alive. Thought I was going to see some action right away. Instead, I got fucking garrisoned in Italy. And then, next thing you know, you're fixing an arcade machine at Papamino's Pizza Palace, or actually, no, wrong continuity. At Chuck E. Cheese, one moment, and the next thing you know, cataclysmic explosion, and then Fort Jail, and it all got very interesting from there.
I'm not gonna ask. All right, so we've settled the terms.
Is there anything you need us to do?
We'll send your, we'll send the people, we'll send your people back with the Soviet prisoners, and then, we can do a swap. Your people will bring them there, and then you can bring back our guys.
So, hold on, because we're out of character. I'm just asking this just so I understand the situation. So for Gorham, Ray, and Vincent, like, are we going anywhere with these like American POWs, like as in like Americans who are prisoners of war, or is there like a mutual meeting spot, or are the Soviet prisoners coming here, or like what's the?
Yeah, the Soviet prisoners will be transported there. Like
to
you'll
where we are.
wait at the. Yes.
Okay. Okay, because I was gonna say the problem is that we came here on fucking motorcycles, so unless they have like a UAZ or something that we could escort, then we can't really do anything with the prisoners that are here.
Yep. So I will go ahead and I'll copy these tokens, and I'll pull you all to the Soviet POW camp, because that's where you'll all rejoin each other. So make that active, and I will. All right. So you'll get to the prison. Like the tank will be parked back. I'm just moving the tokens to the unit, so they don't see the tank. But yeah, I will. Let me copy the tokens here. That'll be People being exchanged. Are you guys still, loud and proud Texan spirit as you're approaching the Soviet POW camp, or have you reined yourselves in?
Martin has reined himself in. He's got his new shirt.
I'm gonna just be bitching into the Soviets about the fact is the worst fucking thing about this war is that we have not had any international hockey competitions. I'm also gonna be bitching about the Detroit Red Wings because this is the 90s.
I will take your word for it because I know almost
Eiserman's a
jack
total
shit
choker.
about sports.
Dude can't win in the playoffs.
Nice.
Well, let's see. Is this before he came?
Eiserman is like a Canadian.
No, I'm thinking. What did? Oh shit! No, that's a different Crosby. Good. I'm thinking about Crosby.
Crosby's like 5 years old at this point.
87 right now, so like 10. So okay, good. Maybe he's good. We're not gonna. Hockey has not been got through this guy, so at least.
I have almost zero clue what you're talking about, but yay, maybe.
In this alternate world, so there would have never been the exodus of Soviet players from behind the Iron Curtain to the U.S. or to the NHL. So we could legit role play where we meet some like Fedorov or somebody like that, and they're like a conscripted in the army.
Oh my god! Just imagine actually just having a hockey game against the Soviets.
Like a lot of
They
those dudes were literally on.
truce in World War One.
A lot of those dudes literally like were in the Soviet military, but they were in a special unit that was like just played hockey. But they were like literally in the military, so that we could literally encounter the Soviet Red Army hockey team that has been sent to Poland to fight.
Anywho.
Thank you for. Yeah, I will keep that in my back pocket for an encounter.
Oh God.
But yeah, I'll advance the clock because it'll take a few hours to get everyone mobilized. Or not, because it's not working again.
What's not working? The clock?
Whatever, I'll fiddle with it after. Yeah, at least on my end, it's not advancing, but
Yeah.
time has passed.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, you'll have a couple people escorting these dudes into the camp. And I'll say Rabid Robert is locked in the trunk as usual.
Okay. So he doesn't go on a killing spree.
Nuts. Yeah.
You do realize we're gonna have to take him out to like use the bathroom and feed him, right?
Well, we have when dramatically appropriate, but
yeah.
Like
This
you're
is
trying to
like-
convince your kid that he doesn't want a pet dog.
This just sounds like, the sort of family that just like has their middle child tied up in the attic and they just feed him like slop.
so
I don't think you've heard the tragedy of Rabid Robert the Insane yet. So I'll let the
Yes, I
other
know. It's
people-
not a story that Jedi would tell. Okay, so you have the people, you escort them inside. Everyone make me a recon roll because it's gonna be funny.
is it for like detecting like an ambush or just seeing something of interest?
Yeah, in ambush,
Oh
more
shit.
or less.
Okay.
Oh boy. So I get to use recon.
Yes.
I get to use scout rather.
It's not a bad ambush. It's more, do you
Spotting
see
someone
them before you
hidden.
hear them?
I'm gonna push that. Hey. I got 2 successes.
Okay. Let me go through my NPC folder and oh boy. So yeah, as their, Soviet prisoners come in and the American prisoners are being roused, Travis, as the native Texan, you hear this immediately. Just,
Oh no.
Oh,
I know where this is. I know
no.
where this is going.
Yeah, so yeah, it'll be from up the road because they are this fucking loud. And
Oh, no. As long as they don't fucking botch this prisoner exchange.
What?
I need to stop laughing. I won't get nowhere if I don't stop laughing. you you hear whooping and
Oh
hollering, but you
fuck.
also hear like the super loud fucking like the Dukes of Hazzard, like the horn.
Oh, I was gonna say it was.
Someone has to General Lee.
I was just gonna say it would be like in terms of like their theme music would probably be something along the lines of this.
Yeah.
That's better.
Their entrance theme.
Yeah. From somewhere almost ethereal, you hear, banjo music, and you feel the average IQ drop by like 30 points as they drive up.
Their very presence makes you stupider.
Nothing
Oh,
psychological
great.
warfare.
We're
Like,
dealing with
yeah.
like deep bayou people, aren't?
Oh boy.
Actually, they're also Texans, actually, but
West Texans.
oh, sure.
All fun and games until the fanboat cavalry division attacks.
Well, the reason is because like the real hick Texans are all the way out in the west. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
only like 100
it's
people
the
in their little town.
real hick and trailer park. Lots of missing teeth and kind of
Yeah, Meth
barely
County,
room
West
temperature
Texas.
IQ. Exactly. So yeah, you all hear the siren call of Texans.
Gorham's smile
And
drops when she is like hoping like, oh,
Turns
please
into
don't let them
horror.
crash this.
If
Yeah.
if they are Longhorn fans, load the gun.
Jeez.
you they would have a loud annoying. So, through the tank, you do hear like, the sound of someone like laying on the horn. When you investigate, you just see like you see 4 members of the Reynolds clan. They're all hanging out the back of this pickup truck and laying on the horn like, move your ass, you bastard. Taking up the road. I'm laughing too much to try to do the voices, so you're just gonna have to deal with it.
I'm gonna stick my head out and just
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with you? Have you ever been in the goddamn triangle? You just run around because it's the damn speedway. So
No,
why
hold
don't
on.
you go off road?
I've got this clip that this is whoever's driving.
Fucking crying for describing this encounter.
Did you see what I posted?
Yeah. But yeah, I'll say everyone within, in the camp who are, oversee the prisoner exchange, they hear this conversation because they're basically, yelling back and forth at each other. Well, what is your reaction when the people who know of the Reynolds brothers, you hear you hear their fucking voices?
Gorham says like, "Wow, it's been a while. I haven't seen those guys since we met Zagorski." Well, before things potentially get worse, Gorham is going to give a Chuck E. Cheese token to these three.
Yep.
Gives a little salute and steps out. Or actually, well, before or if they're going to say anything, but
Appreciate it. Hopefully we can, if we ever see each other again, hopefully it's on, as good as terms as these are.
yeah, I share the sentiment. So, best of luck. And Gorham, Gorham will give one of the other bottles of vodka to them as as a more practical parting gift, because she notices that their bottle's probably empty. So it's like, yeah, vodka doesn't just grow on trees. So here, and steps out and makes sure that the Reynolds brothers don't fucking destroy everything she's working towards.
Yeah. So lots of shouting, cussing. They're gonna.
Please, they're just rejects from the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Or like the hills have eyes, that type of bullshit. Even
well, if you watch the original, they go out to like a very remote part of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Gorham sees the Reynolds brothers, and assuming her voice can be heard over the banjo music that's playing probably on like a CD player on the dashboard, she says like, "Hey, how you doing, boys? It's been a while, like a long while. What are you doing here?"
Well, as I live and breathe, what was your name again, darling? Gorham, was it?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, this dude's nickname is
Oh
Racist
boy,
Rainbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He needs to get, we need to beat the shit out of him.
It'd
Yeah.
be like, hey, racist, can you give me a beer? That doesn't seem plausible, but okay.
Yeah, no, joke's on you. You drank it all. So Gorham, yeah, she's.
I can give you a little bit of moonshine.
Don't. Gorham, like she turns to Ray and like mouths like, don't. So she says,
Don't look
well,
gift shine in the mouth. That's my policy.
oh god, it's spread. But she.
All right, if you're gonna drink it, at least like grab a piece of bread to just absorb it and then squeeze it out to just keep all the impurities in the bread.
So, well, Gorham, I mean, she again asks, I mean, because Jesus' loving John Luke is the only one who even resembles stable. So she says, well, I mean, it's, I mean, good to see you not hogtied in front of a cultist that you were behaving inappropriately towards. So, what are you doing here?
Oh, don't you worry, darling. I had that all, I had that all under control. I need to stop leaning away from my microphone because the GM's a stupid ass. But
You're not as stupid as these guys, especially clueless Cletus.
Mm-hmm. Well, just going around, been brewing a whole lot. What are y'all doing out here, huh?
Well, we just oversaw a prisoner exchange. One small step in bringing the war to an end. Have you guys made any? Well, actually, out of character, did these guys ever state that they were looking for Mike? I can't remember if they did that in a previous encounter.
I believe in their first encounter, oh, we're looking for our cousin Mike.
Well,
mean,
cousin, brother. Well, I mean, he could be their brother and their cousin. It is the South, after all.
Knowing them.
Yeah, we're looking for some family ours. They would have told you this when first met
Right.
him in that town where
Well, I was just saying that
angry
Gorham,
mob and whatnot.
yeah, Gorham brings up the points like, well, I mean, have you come any closer to finding him?
Well, we made some progress. We went the wrong way. We came back. We went back the way we came originally. We're while we're over here before we go after Mac proper, we're trying to find a few of the other ones you got sent over here. Freaking draft.
Well, I mean, the Soviets just let them go, so there's no one here to liberate. Sorry.
Oh man. But what have y'all been up to since last saw you? Well, since I last saw you. Specifically.
Not much. I mean, made some new friends. She's always resting her arm on Ray's shoulders, like, counting on her fingers, like, made some new friends. Stopped a Soviet armored division from destroying a settlement. Captured a war criminal. Which, actually, speaking of which, what happened to him? Is he still at the town?
I'm assuming you brought him with you, and he's probably been shoved in the opposite trunk from Rabbit Robert, or because he try to strangle the poor dude. Well, not poor dude, because he's a horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Gorham basically just kind of rattling things off on her fingers, like, made some new friends, captured a war criminal, stopped the Soviet offense, just the usual. Just another day bringing peace to Poland. She says, like, down to the whole, like, swinging her fist, like, cheerful, like, swinging her fist up gesture and coming, like, dangerously close to accidentally punching Ray in the face. Just out of lack of situational awareness, but she's still, I mean, she doesn't hit him, but she definitely kind of swings in the directions, like, whoa, easy. Kind of reaction, I'm assuming.
I can just imagine that scene. Oh boy.
Also, I found a gift from my collection that would be what would happen if Rabbit Robert was thrown in the same trunk as Garou.
Oh boy. I mean, he ain't wrong. So, racist Randall, he'll speak up, and he'll say, well, I reckon you've taken care of all them, red bastards in that camp, have you?
Well, I wouldn't go so far to call them bastards, but yeah, they're on peaceful terms with us, so no need to, waste ammo and or get yourselves hurt by picking a fight with people who aren't a threat.
You know what? You're lucky I'm one of the more smarter of this bunch, or you'd really start to be annoying me. But yeah, for now we'll leave them be. Have two other places to be. You wouldn't happen to know which way Syria is from here, would you?
You got a compass?
Uh, look at each other, just no.
Or I was going to say it would be funnier if we, or if using a joke from the thing I'm working on, it's like they pull out a compass, like, well, we got this like 17th century watch.
Better. Yeah, we got this old watch. Don't know how to read it though.
Well, it's
What
like it's
does it
got all these
say?
numbers on it. You know, so I
I don't
didn't
know
know
what
there was.
this one after 5 is. I never seen that one before.
I didn't know there was a 360 o'clock.
God
Um,
damn it, that's
I
fucking
didn't know
funny.
there was that many numbers out there.
well, so well, and then one of them was like 2 words. I can't count. So anyway, Gorham takes a look at the quote unquote watch and she says, "That's a compass."
Oh, is it now? Ain't you a smart little cookie?
So Gorham basically, she takes a look at it and she just gives them a rundown. She says, like, see this, this arrow, like she's just saying, like, this is always pointing north, and Syria would be, and she kind of takes like a, second to sort of process directions, like, about that way. And she does give him a genuine answer based on, her understanding
Yeah.
of geography. It's like at least that's a direction to start going. So she
Yeah.
warns that she says you're probably it's gonna be quite a journey, so you guys might want to get some extra fuel, some extra snacks. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Jesus loving John Luke will take over at this point. He'll say, well, thank you kindly. God bless you and keep you, and hopefully, stay safe. Uh, oh boy, it's been pardon my language. It's
Oh,
been a
hold
heck of
on.
a time since we last saw you. Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
know.
Hold on. No, in terms of
Uh,
watching his language, he's basically like,
Damn it! Oh, I'm a Christian. You got me up in this church cursing on it.
Jesus loving John Luke every time he swears.
oh boy. Yeah. Oh, besides looking for Mike, we're looking for so many people. My wife, she got sent over here. Oh boy, I gotta find her. Miss that woman. And well, Cletus, we tried to have a shotgun marriage, and that nice lady in that town where we met you. Um,
Oh dear God.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that why Zagorski had him tied up? Because he was trying to fucking marry his wife?
no, the sergeant major that you met in
In
town name.
Suleov?
Yep. That had a nice little shotgun marriage. I officiated. That that lasted all of about a week and a half, and
Who had the shotgun?
or-
Gorham.
well, I don't.
You're late and so is she.
That nice lady, she really she seemed to like Cletus, but then well, her husband came home and we had to skedaddle.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that's what we've been up to, and the thing with the cultists. But yeah, we I rightly appreciate you helping us, Gorham.
She smiles and just does the, like, it's what I do gesture. So,
Mhm.
channels are
Y'all
hurried
want any
up.
moonshine before we go?
Well, I'm good. She says, kind of looking at everybody else and just sort of like does the most subtle head shake ever to everybody else. It's like you do not want to do that. Like it'll mentally send you back to the Stone Age. I guess the last thing Gorham asks these guys is like, do you guys know of any interesting rumors, anything going on?
Oh,
Been a while since we've
well,
crossed paths.
yeah. Oh, definitely. We ever, I'm sure it's gonna take a while to get out of this country. But, yeah, if you ever wanna, we're ever in the area, just, you know, just have a listen, you'll know we're there. But,
Well, I was just asking like rumors if he knew of anything of interest.
mhm. Oh, well,
It's
heard of
been
this
several
boy
weeks
called the
since we've.
Butcher. Yeah, we heard this guy called the Butcher, Racist Randall's, or rather, Big Game Bubba is real keen to meet him, but,
Oh, that's ironic. That is. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, if only. Yeah. Yeah. The fucking Garro's in the fucking trunk of a car, like fucking probably like 15 feet away.
you ain't you ain't seen that boy yet, have you? You don't know if he's a you just to kind of speak a little lower. He'll lean closer and say, yuppie city boy.
Oh.
You don't have to know if he is, do you?
Well, let's just say we crossed paths, and he wasn't very nice. But I don't really have an instinct for knowing what constitutes a yuppie city boy. So
You'll know it when you see it.
I'm sure I will.
Are you still in the tank, Travis?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be on the tank because I really do not want to hear these people speak.
Good call.
There's
save more
we're
brain
from the
cells that way.
triangle. We're educated.
Oh boy, well we're keeping our eye out for that boy. But beyond that, ain't really heard nothing. Heard about a U.S. POW camp. We mean to drop in there and see if they have any information about we got a couple he'll look over at a Big Game Bubba. He'll say, Bubba, you remember if they're brothers or cousins or what? I think they're both, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, we got kinfolk out here somewhere, and well,
Gorham just looks over to the prisoners we liberated and says like, out of curiosity, do you happen to know where that POW camp was? Just trying to see if it's the same one that we the half the party went to earlier, or if there's a different POW camp.
it was it was near that city of laughing what was it, Bubba? The crap city. The one that looks like yeah, the place where you came from, where you guys came from. Yes, that's that's what they're referring to.
Gorham's like, oh well, I'll save you boys a trip, and yeah, we already got the prisoners out. We saved we did a prisoner exchange, so we got our boys out. It says gesturing to the POWs that we rescued, and did a prisoner exchange. So I mean, I don't know if you're looking for any service personnel that are stationed there, but
yeah, I want to talk to who's ever in charge there, if I'm being honest. But
alright.
I appreciate what you're doing. I know it probably don't mean much coming from wild boys like us, but I like you, Gorham. You're mighty kind.
So she
You're
just sort of,
mighty kind.
just sort of smiles at it and just kind of thanks him. So
All right, boys, let's get this show back on the road, and they'll exit stage left, like terrassing through the countryside.
Why follow the roads when you can just make your own? Oh my God, there they go. And Gorham just like her head just sort of tracks them as they drive off, and just sort of nonchalantly says, "Those are some very interesting gentlemen."
But yeah, congratulations! You've survived an encounter with the Reynolds clan.
Yeah. Also, Gorham is going to go collect her weapons from where she left them with Vincent,
Yep.
and
You can
also see about
get your weapons back.
getting the motorcycles, like, strapping them down to the back of the Humvee and the tank, so we can bring those back to Parston.
All right. Yep. You can do that easily. All right. So you're gonna head back to Glavisa.
Mm-hmm. I guess
take
so. I
it
mean,
first?
lack of anything else.
Sure.
Do we need to subtract any fuel, or is that kind of just a freebie?
I'll give it to you as a freebie because
All right.
I had a lot of fun. Well, it's a little off the cuff, but it's been a while since you've had a wild Reynolds Brothers sighting, so I thought
Yeah.
I'd give you a little ha funny. Oh boy. But yeah, you can make it back to Glavisa safely, and I'll back to the map. I take it you're gonna drop off the POWs at the American camp, correct?
I mean, I guess so. Like, just we'll drop them off there on our way through to. Well, actually, yeah. Which is a quicker route? Let me see. I guess it probably makes more sense to just go to Glavis and then go to the US POW camp, drop the POWs off.
Yep. But yeah, you come back to Glavisa, you drop off the bikes, and Parston Hill, you know. Glad to see you made it back safely. I take it the prisoner exchange was successful?
Yep. She says, all cheerfully. Like, yeah, we
Well, that's great to
managed
hear.
to. I mean, it's sort of a disproportionate amount, but at least brokered peace between two separate camps of U.S. and Soviet personnel, and got both sides, personnel free. So one step closer to bringing a peaceful resolution, which means that we can all go home, right, boys? She says, just to kind of like the American cast, and I guess also to our resident Dutchman, because then he can go home too.
Nah, Dutchman don't get to go home. That's what he gets.
What did he do?
He's Dutch.
Is that the same type of thing where he's French? He deserves it? Is that the same type of stereotype?
I'm mostly just riffing off of Cody leaving him out for no reason.
Well, and jokes aside, I mean, obviously, Gorham genuinely does want to make sure that everybody gets back home. It's just that she was mainly mentioning the American cast because, like, he has, like, Martin has the advantage of him being in Europe, so he can just cross the border. Us American folk are fucking stranded, and resident Canadian are fucking stranded overseas, so there's a bit of a difference there. In terms of
That's
ease
true.
of, oh, right, and also old token, I gotta update that. Mainly because the line work and camo pattern changed, so.
Nice.
All I need to do is grab a bicycle and go east.
East, it's west.
Yes, that's what I meant.
No, I know. This whole thing's screwy, but like, you go home, enjoy all of your rivers, go back to fight in the water.
Go back to fighting the water instead of the Soviets, and fuck the Russians.
Go to your tulip patch.
That's right. Have my mayonnaise.
Fight a nice girl with wooden claws.
Have my mayonnaise on my fries. Damn right.
Well, well, Gorham's. I can't remember if she already gave a Chuck E. Cheese token to Parson, but I mean, if she didn't, then she does. After having helped them through this whole thing, so um, she says like, well, I mean, unless there's anything else we really need to address, says looking to um, like looking to the rest of the group in case you guys have any input. That's like, well, then I guess we better get a move on, drop off these U.S. POWs.
Let's get moving. The sooner we can get this over with, the better off everyone will be.
Hell yeah. And then also, I will say if Claver's here, then Gorham actually is going to talk to him as she's like heading over to the Humvee, like assuming he's kind of there. She asks him, if have you did you ever have a chance to talk to Caleb and see what was up with him?
Yeah, well, I talked to him through the. Oh, actually, yes, I let him out of the trunk so he, stretch his legs and we could have a chat. Oh boy. He does not go into like the oh boy that Riddle's brothers twang, but same sentiment. Oh boy, he told me several things. He told me that there is well, I'll call it another survival bunker, where there is apparently a group of, CIA NSA agents, living off the land, as you say. And, well, I suppose that should be our next stop. But, we can do that later, after we get settled in and whatnot.
Do you know, in terms of the CIA bunker, do you know, I mean, are they people like, i.e. would they attack us on sight? Or would they be receptive
Yeah, they'll
to us
recognize me.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as I'm with you, they'll,
Okay.
We'll do the whole, like, secret handshake. And
Okay. So.
I wish I was joking, but it's quite literally.
Oh no, I believe you, man. So, well, and then what should we do with Caleb?
Well, his words mean about as much as tears in a rainstorm. But I am quite confident that he will not, try and escape or attack you. If I have to, I'll sit on him myself and make sure he doesn't make the wrong move.
Well, Goran's like, well, I mean, better you than me, because I'm sure if I did that, he'd enjoy it. Unless until I give him a reason not to. She says, looking over, like momentarily glancing at Vincent based on an earlier exchange. But she says, but I mean, I'm not really concerned about him attacking us. I'm just more concerned about, like, if we were to let him go, that he would probably go, like, resume his killing spree. What I was mainly getting at is, like, if we take him to this CIA bunker, is he going to be, like, taken into custody for his crimes, or will they have some loyalty or respect for him?
Well, they will interrogate him, and depending on what he tells them, I will make a recommendation that they, put him under arrest and keep him, under house arrest. Till things get better and we can properly prosecute him.
Okay, it works for me.
He has gone rogue, and he's as much a danger to himself as us. He's as much a danger to himself as he is to
Yeah, I heard that.
everyone else behind him.
Well, yeah, and of course, I mean, yeah, and if he is mentally unstable, I don't know if it's necessarily the ethical thing to just put him down. If he could be, I mean, definitely taken into custody, so he's not allowed to harm himself or others. But, I don't know. So
It's one of those slippery slope things because it's just like, yeah, guy's mentally unstable, but he's like, oh yeah, he calls himself the Butcher.
yeah, but he's mentally unstable, so
Maybe it's maybe it's related. Be like, yeah, he's crazy.
yeah.
Well, I would
I mean,
say
how many
the
unless you
name
literally serve people fresh meat,
name came more
calling yourself the
from
butcher's crazy.
yeah. Well, the name came more from when the siege of Calais, when Calais was overrun, he he killed a lot of people, and then he slipped under the radar of the Soviets in the city, and it's just kind of like what they've been calling him. It's not like he gave himself that name. He was given that name by
Right.
all the people he terrorized and horrified.
Well, either way, Gorham is of the mind that it's like, I mean, if he's mentally unstable, he's definitely not, he shouldn't be allowed to have just like free reign to go around and terrorize people at the same time. Gorham, at least she personally, is of the belief that he shouldn't just be like, euthanized if there's, chance of like, at least arresting him properly and prosecuting him, as Kleber said, that he should probably just be. I mean, it's not really her domain. It's just she being the ray of sunshine that she is. She genuinely tries to see the best in most people and see like maybe there is a help that he could be rehabilitated and or amend atone for his actions. But for now, we might as well just hit the road and go drop off these prisoners of war.
Yep. Excuse me. All right. Yep, you'll be able to drop them off easily, and the people at the US POW camp will actually top off tanks. So
For all of our vehicles?
For the two, the UAZ and the Humvee, not the tank.
Isn't the tank already topped off?
Because yep. But yeah, so you drop them off, and it is the party icon. So you drop them off, and it is now time to return to the bunker site. And are you gonna explain where you live to the people who haven't been there, or just kind of
at
shock
least,
and awe?
whoever's in the well, who's riding which vehicles? Because obviously Gorham's driving the Humvee, but she I mean, who all is going to be? I mean, Vincent, I'm assuming you're doing the whole lookout thing.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is anybody else riding with me, or are people just driving in separate vehicles?
I mean, I guess I would be riding with you.
Okay, so, well, I mean, then that case Gorham can at least fill you in. So, well, first of all, I mean, she explains, explains the situation first of saying we a while ago we were told told by, I think it was either by the sergeant major whose name I forgot. It was either by her, the Polish woman, or it was from Major Payne. One of the two of them tipped us off about the bunker. I think it was the sergeant major.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major Korzak.
Korzak, yeah. So Korzak told us about there was an abandoned bunker, and we we cleared it out and sort of appropriated it for, well, cleared it out as in there was nothing in there, but we just made sure there was nothing in there, and we appropriated it for herself, and it is in this hex, I believe. So
yep.
And that red line is basically like a country road, just like a dirt trail.
Like an access road, basically.
And then meanwhile, but while on the road, Gorham again running her mouth. She actually makes the remark is like, earlier when we were talking to the Reynolds brothers, and there was the whole thing about like numbers and stuff. It's like I just got to think, math is so confusing. 15 plus 15 is 30, but 16 plus 16 is 32.
Oh. Took me a second. Okay. So, you essentially have, your travel speed is 9 hexes a shift, which...
For which vehicle?
It will probably
The
be the
tank,
slowest in the convoy, right?
Right.
yeah. The tank and the Humvee both have 9. The UAZ has 10.
Okay, so are we subtracting fuel for this voyage?
Yes, you will
Okay.
have to.
All right, well, I will tally up the Humvees. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we're traveling 14 hexes with all the vehicles. So fuel consumption 3, and you said we're topped off?
Yes.
Okay, so 3 times 14 is 42, and 95 minus 42, we are down to 53 units of fuel in the Humvee. That was a pretty expensive voyage. So that's a Humvee. Is somebody else focusing on the Lone Star and the liquor cabinet?
I can calculate them for you
All right.
while you're, just getting back. So that's
Basically, I mean,
26.
it's just we're traveling on road, and it's 14 hexes. So basically, just multiply whatever the number is by 14.
Yep. Okay. So that is... Okay. The UAZ is down to 47. Like fuel, because ironically the liquor cabinet has better gas mileage than the Humvee
Yeah.
does. And then, oh god, the fucking tank. So that's 24.
And
times
also,
14.
and then again, if it's a long enough voyage, Gorham not really shouts out to Vincent, but in a raised voice, she asks, like, "Say, Vinny, why doesn't the Hulk burst out of his pants whenever he turns into the Hulk?"
To keep the PG-13 rating.
No, the radiation altered his genes.
I love the shitty
You are
jokes.
awful.
Oh, you think that's awful? It's like, the first time I went to a pub was wild. Like there was a dude who got his junk pierced in front of everyone. In other news, I'm terrible at darts.
I hate you.
I'll put you to the bunker. Alright, so I'll bring the new guys over here. Go ahead.
All Martin can do is rest his head in his hands and shake his head.
Well, which vehicle are you riding in? Because depending on if you're in like the tank, you wouldn't even hear it.
Don't we have like a communication system or something?
Radio in the vehicle, but I'm not just keeping the radio on the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So there's Travis, Ray, and Martin. That's who I was. And the NPCs are with you. I just won't drag their token. Not cluttered. But yeah, you all make it safely back to the bunker. And yeah, the new guys in the party. You see, like, you're led, like, from, like, the country road into this little, like, clearing. There's a river here and, like, trees and stuff, and standing amongst them, and on the side of, like, built into the side of this, like, hill is a survival bunker
So,
that
two
has it has numbers. I forget, like, it has numbers. I was playing Fallout now.
I was going to mention
That type of wall.
well, Gorham, first of all, two things she does. The first one is because we had some people on guard duty. Gets out of the Humvee and dramatically announces, "Honey, I'm home." Again, no concept of an indoor voice. And then she says to the newcomers, to Ray Travis and Martin, it's like, "Welcome to our humble home of Fort Arizona." I don't know.
Okay. Hidden? Defendable? Great choice.
She sort of like kind of bounces her eyebrows, like, "Yeah, it is." And wait until you see the inside. It's awesome. There are showers and toilets, and they work.
Mine goes,
All right. I'll be back.
Well then.
See you in a few hours.
Yep, we're going.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take you to the sub level. I put down your tokens because I just token vision on. But yeah, I'll put down.
Yeah, there are two showers too. One in there.
Yeah, I'll put you guys in this room just for good for everyone else's. But yeah, I'll pull you guys to the showers. But yeah, this is the bunker. There are quite a few different like amenities, and I'll let the party explain it to you. Like as you're going through and coming down, they'll explain things.
Gorham takes the role of like chatty tour guide, where basically, like, in a nutshell, so going from like left to right, up, down. So this is like a communications room. This is a this is like a sort of lounge, I guess. This is a workshop. This is a storage room. There's an infirmary in the center with like hospital beds, a mess hall, a kitchen, like another sort of storage
I cannot
area.
see most of this.
Oh, you can't? Well,
yeah, we don't have vision.
Oh, do you have tokens on the map?
There we go. I took off token vision for the time being.
So yeah, as I was saying, so yeah, so we have the communications room, the lounge, workshop, mess hall, infirmary, storage room number 1, kitchen, storage room number 2, like entrance to the bunker, barracks, and then the bathroom. 2 showers and 4 toilets. And 2 sinks. Well, technically 4 sinks, but
Living large.
yeah.
There's also a workshop where they
Yeah, I pointed that out before. Build a
jerry
shitload of
rigged
javelins.
and missiles. Yeah. But yeah, what's the party's reaction to the luxury?
I'm busy showering.
I had a feeling.
More importantly, I'm also washing these clothes. This is like what? Radioactive dust and everything.
Yeah. But
How
yeah,
long
you have
have
a
you known
bunker.
about this bunker?
I think it was like, so it's the 30th of April right now, and I think, so I mean, obviously we broke out of prison on the 1st, and I think it was like within a week that we learned about this. Because there was a pretty substantial time skip when we were in downtime building all the javelins.
Yep. I think it was April 5th that you learned about.
Yeah, so we've been here for quite a while, several weeks.
Damn, pretty nice setup.
Oh, absolutely.
You've cleaned the rat you splattered on, right? That is it still like decorating the entranceway?
Can you ask an easier question?
Where's the radio room? I would go check out what kind of
Up
equipment
here.
you've got. Okay.
Check to see if there's a PlayStation. Maybe we can find a copy of Final Fantasy VII. It came out like 1997.
I'll drag your token up there so you don't have to move through the doors. Or not.
I'm going.
But yeah, this is the radio room. There are kind of like the big IRL, I don't know that much about like radios and stuff, but there's like a big there's a ham radio and like big like communication equipment, and there is like, you have a pretty like substantial range because they were able to pick up the transmission from Visa all the way over here. That's like several, I think like a couple 100 kilometers away.
So is there like a crew or staff that like mans this bunker when
Yeah, we have some
the main
NPCs
group
that,
is traveling?
yeah, we left a couple of people back here to hold down the fort. Which will probably have a lot more people because of those prisoners we rescued in the in that like bridge ambush.
Mhm.
So, which it does raise a point. I can't remember if it was already discussed with him, but Gorham is going to ask him like, do you guys want to, stay here and just kind of, maintain our, and she says our referring to like them and us rather than just the party, like, defend and maintain our home, and in exchange, you've got a safe place to sleep and you know food and so on.
Yeah, they'll agree to stay.
What? Squeaky chair.
What's happening, Astron?
I am sorry, my roommate. That is my roommate's bed. The box spring is really shit. Let me turn on noise suppression.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god. Sounded like squeaky cloud shoes. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
That's my bad. I should have checked the noise suppression.
It's all good, man. But yeah. Any other questions you have about the spunker and stuff? Or any questions in general for the the party and stuff?
I think I would be kind of excited to be working with, because I probably haven't been around much technology because like it's all stuff's blown up. So I'd be like pretty excited to get to work and see if there's stuff that I could repair or stuff I could improve on, something like that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we will go ahead and do like maintenance role, because you are like back in the bunker and you need to redisguise it, maintain your equipment, maintain the equipment of the base to make
like
sure
maintain
it
all of
doesn't
our
fall into
weapons and
disrepair.
stuff. Because that's going to take a while.
I'll just need one roll. Yeah, I'll just need one roll for it.
Okay.
It'll just take time.
I think like definitely the tech part of it would probably fall on Ray. So.
Mhm. And you will be assisted because there are a couple NPCs who are technicians. So you'll get like
Yeah.
a +2 to the roll. Oh, you were saying something, Cody? Before I cut you off?
No, I
Apologies.
wasn't.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, please give me a tech roll. I love how one of the suggestions for a base is a trailer in the rules. Legitimately. It's a trailer park is a suggestion.
That is spectacular.
There's also the suggestion of a small island. So
I mean, if you
cover all the bases.
I mean, if I pick up hostile waters, that can actually happen. Because I know I've seen some of the maps. There are like island bases.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yep. And when I get paid again, I will definitely send you
Alright.
part of the fee for that, so we can
Sounds good.
play around with that. Are you there, Megas?
Yes, sorry. Sorry, what was the
You're good.
Tech roll with +2.
Make me
yes.
a tech roll, please.
I thought you said it was like a group roll, so that's why I was confused.
Oh, sorry, I must have misspoke. But yeah, go ahead, techie.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
Nice. Yep. So, just check your weapons, guys. If any are, have reliability issues, you can bump those up to.
Bump those up to what? Sorry?
To whatever the max is, I guess.
Like full reliability. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, sorry. Misclick.
Look at my big ass gun.
I had one reliability down on it, so I very much appreciate the repairs.
Awesome. Okay. Right. Now I need a stamina roll from someone for like base upkeep.
I've got AC.
I do not. I don't have good stamina, so.
Does anybody have better than AC? Including any NPCs?
Stamina. I have AC too, so.
Robert has BB.
Okay,
which I think
so
is like you can make the roll. He'll assist you.
okay.
Say because he's I'd rather the PC make a roll than an NPC.
All right, and then if well, Vincent, you're probably going to be doing the work hiding our camp, right?
Yeah, I can do the recon.
Okay, is
easily.
he able? If he's doing that, is he able to help me?
Yeah, I'll say he can help you. It'll be just like different shifts that you're doing this.
Okay.
No, okay. So I'll do stamina.
Because it'll take a couple days, like in game, to
+2.
get everything ship shape.
There we go.
Nice.
And once again, Gorham makes a joke with Vincent, like, "Say, Vinny, what do you call a chicken flavored lollipop?"
I'm struggling to guess what could be so ridiculous as to be your answer.
A cocksucker.
Oh my god.
Sounds about right. Yep.
The way you just nonchalantly said that as well. Oh boy. But yeah, you were able to get everything back into ship shape. No no issues. Then yeah, I need a recon roll to hide the bunker.
Which I will assist him with.
Like
Well,
hide
actually,
the
aren't you maxed?
Yeah, my recon is AB.
All right. Well,
And
I
then
can still assist
I
you,
get
and then
AA if I use it for recon, which is or for scout, which is for spotting others and avoiding ambushes.
well, would scout apply or?
I don't. I assume not for hiding camp.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Well, I will, I guess, give you an assist. If you were able to assist me, I would assume the inverse applies. So you're at AA either way.
Oh, okay. Sick. Hey. All right, all right.
All right, nice. You have hidden the bunker for another day.
So what are we doing next?
Damn good question.
Very good question. I need to.
Let's have a barbecue.
Well,
Just
first off, I need to roll to see if they spot you first. Because I
hey.
rolled. Yeah. The
Whoa.
NPCs see jack shit.
Wow, that's good for us.
Okay. So I'll bring you back to the entrance, and yeah, you're wherever you want to be. I just put your tokens out for, seeing it. Okay, so bring up that card. It does apply. Then okay. I will say it is evening time. Well, let me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it'll just be really flat. Okay, I will save that for next time because there was going to be an encounter, but they did not get any successes to see the base.
Well,
So
could
we're
we
safe for another
theoretically
day.
see them?
Sure. So it is evening time. Who is out on like the evening watch, like, keeping watch outside and
I'm guessing probably Vincent, but I won't make that call for him.
Yeah, I'll be the one keeping watch for sure.
And I'll be the one keeping company.
sure. All
Now, I assume I'm gonna have to make a recon roll.
I mean, that depends on if
yes.
they actually hid themselves.
True.
Yep, so I'll roll that roll first. Okay, yeah, make me a recon roll.
I
Do
assume
you
scout
have
applies?
Yes. Do you have like NVGs or anything?
Do I?
Didn't he
have
get
a
that night
night
vision sight?
sight on my rifle.
All right, so you'll have no penalty to spot this.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
I've rolled better, but I've sure rolled worse.
Yep. Crap, this. Well, this will do because you'll be able to see them and take them out. So as you were, making the evening rounds and keeping watch, you spot a group of on the map so that you can have the joy of shooting them. you see a group of 3 like you see a Soviet recon team like moving or trying to move stealthily to get into like position for something.
I'm just gonna radio
Position.
that into the team because getting in position for something around our base is
Right, but the thing is that if they didn't spot the
well,
base, then what are they getting in position for?
Or
Can
they're
I
passing
tell
by
you?
rather.
Oh,
Excuse me. Like
Okay,
they're
yeah,
passing
that's kind of what I
by,
was
but
gonna ask. Like,
Does
you
it seem like they're positioning up around our base, or does it seem like they're completely unaware?
they're unaware of the base, but from
Mm.
like the 3 successes that you got, you get the feeling that they're moving with purpose to a location. That they're not just like randomly, traipsing through the woods.
are they on like the
But
dirt road? I know that's not represented on this map, but
as
are they
long
like
as I'll radio it in. But in my opinion, as long as they don't seem to become a threat to us,
Yeah,
we
I
should
was
just
about
leave
to
them
say, well,
alone.
there's no
No
point
reason to
in
get in trouble with it.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say that the dirt road runs like along the bottom of the map, the very south,
Okay.
and they're moving in this
Oh,
direction.
okay. Well, good, because then we the thing is like if theoretically they were looking for our base, then don't give them any reason to suspect that it might be here.
Right.
I mean, because like even if they're not like even if theoretically we did engage them and then we fucking killed them all, and even if they didn't radio back, then the fact that they went missing here would probably provoke a response, and they would probably send more guys out to see what was going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
So I say just fucking let them pass.
And pass they shall. They'll, hide the tokens. They've left the map. And yeah, so that is, a night that you see happens. And I'll go ahead and I'll reveal the encounter because it's quite an interesting one. It is I drew the Hammer of God encounter. And basically it's a group of
Oh shit.
Soviet recon unit that once they spot you, they call in
Oh
like
fuck.
artillery on your position. Yeah, it was.
Oh man, that could have gone bad.
Mhm. But
It
yeah.
a very good encounter to avoid.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Mhm. Yes, indeed. But yeah. Um, I will say that this is where we're gonna leave it here for the session, simply because
Okay.
like the big bunker, the CIA bunker will be more than half an hour of conflict. But yeah, that was
Right.
today's session, guys. And
Sick.
yeah, you're safe. You're safe for another day. The new people are at the bunker. You've seen, what the party has like up its sleeves. Yeah, and you have the rumor of the CIA bunker and did not tell you the name of the city. I pinged in the general direction, but I didn't tell you the name. Near Wayloon. Up here is where the
Okay.
read these labels for now. Because you've done those plot points. But yeah, I'll get that labeled in between sessions, and I'll have to sit with you, Cody, sometime and make a map for the encounter.
Okay. For like a bunker.
But yep. But yeah, that is today's session, guys. I hope you had fun. I had fun running.
Yeah, sure did.
And
Totally, it fucking exceeded my expectations. So worth the wait.
mhm.
I'm very happy with it. And I'm excited for the next one.
All
And
right,
any session where
so
I'm playing Arizona Sunshine is worth it. So
glad to hear it. But yeah, we'll go through XP, and that will be all for today.
where's the XP
All
chart?
right, all right.
There it is. Let's see.
Did I post it in the channel?
I mean,
Don't
there's a
think I did.
handout that players should have permission for. Expanded XP questions. Like I see it on my player account.
Yep, I got it. It's in the journal.
Yep. In the journal tab. Oh, and you'll get a 7 DP for the session.
Sick. Wait, DP?
The development points.
points.
Huh?
The currency for base building that Emily homeruled.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. 1 development point equals like 20 spare parts of some sort to like build stuff. Rather than
Alright.
like, taking the time of like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out and scavenge this area, this area, this area. Well, you have 10 parts.
Oh, we
Like,
didn't.
just
By the way, the last session we
whatever.
played, we didn't get any DP log, did we? How much did we get?
I think I gave you 6 last session.
Okay.
So 13 from the 2 sessions.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys want to go through the XP chart together, or
I'm just
just
going
want to
through
do it
it
by yourself?
independently, but I guess whatever people want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of your decision, right? Whether things qualify.
Okay. Yeah, we can go through it. So you get a base 5, and then
Oh, we're doing.
like
Oh,
if
we're
you
doing base
answer,
5. Okay.
yep. Okay. So did you participate in the game session? Yep. All of you get that XP point. Did you follow your moral code, like during the session?
Yes.
I didn't really go out of the way for mine.
I mean,
think
I
that's
guess
what it
going to
asked
the
about, so.
going to the Soviet camp is kind of risky, right? They could have shot at us, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Okay. Did you work towards your big dream in this session?
Make the world great again. We bartered a peace between 2 camps.
Yeah, I mean, I guess does that help us get closer to getting home? I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Because it's like the sooner the fighting ends, the sooner everybody's willing to kind of have a ceasefire, so both sides can get home instead of just focusing on trying to kill each other and win a war that everybody already lost. That's the way I look at it.
All right. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
The CIA bunker.
Yes. So everyone will get that point. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some? I'll give it to Gorham. Just walking out, the fucking hands full of vodka and like, hello, comrade. Type
Well, you're
of
more of a
introduction.
I'm Hillary Gorham of the United States Army. I come in peace and bring offerings of vodka.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'll take
So
that.
yeah, you'll get it. I'll give one. Actually, I'll give it to everyone because you dealt with the bullshit that is the Reynolds clan, and also you also managed to avoid a really scary encounter that could be really, really bad. The Hammer of God encounter. the quick wits of your sniper brain. All right. Did you perform a successful action? One or more roles related to your area of expertise. I know, Megas, you made a tech roll,
Yeah. Yes.
and
I
then
rolled some recon.
Astron made a recon roll. Yep. So you two will get that one. Did you travel through at least one hex on the travel map that you had not visited?
Yeah.
Yes. You traveled to new hexes. So everyone will get that one. Did you overcome one or more dangerous events using violent or non-violent means?
Hmm.
Yes. All of you will get that. Risk your life for the PC who's your buddy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the only thing is that I went with Gorman to the Russian camp, but again, I don't know if that's how if we want to say that that's
I mean, you
risking
were
my
willing to,
life.
be in the heat of things with me in case things got ugly. So
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
you were willing to, at
Megas.
least, even if you didn't actually.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah. I just don't know like how dangerous the situation was, but
I'll give it to you because, the situation was, dangerous and it could have, gotten dangerous, but,
Gorman could have just started shooting people.
vodka.
No,
That woman that
Gorham.
like
No, she
her-
would not have done that.
hmm But yeah, I'll give it to you. Did you make significant progress towards or complete your group's current objective? Yes, all of you did that because you all you knew about you're going to do the prisoner exchange and talk to the two POW camps. So yeah, you all get that one, and then no one was injured. So
So hold on,
yeah,
what am I
that
I think it's
is
8 for me because I got the first 5, and then X, dangerous event, and significant. Yeah, that's 8.
all right.
And you said
But
6 DP?
yeah, that is uh 13 total because I forgot to give it to you last time. So it's 6 from last time we played and then 7 this week.
Okay.
But yeah, that is today's session. Hope you guys had fun.
Definitely.
Any
All
if
right.
you want to bring up anything, you can always send me a message if you want to see something, want to see something happen in the game or, any complaints or whatever.
Right.
Please reach out to
I
me.
gotta be getting out of
And
here, y'all. I'll
Thanks,
see you
yeah,
guys.
sure.
all right. And next week we will be playing Fallout.
Cool.
And I'll put up the thing in the Tales of the Mojave chat.
Okay.
But yeah, that is all I have for you guys. And hopefully I can get the stupid calendar fixed for next time, because